Hello and welcome to a bit of the Elder Scrolls for Oblivion, as you can see there. So today, as far as I could tell, we're going to actually finish off the Blackwood Company. Forgot the name there. Ah, we are no longer a member. Oh dear. So what was previously there is no longer. Let's get in there and get ready to punch things up.
You are no longer one of us. Fighters Guild spy. Traitor. Your life is forfeit.
Ain't that a shame?
Yeah.
Alright, first one's free.
This is
Right.
the part where you fall down. Just warming up, you worms.
See, one thing I will say about the Blackwood Company is that they actually, you know, they use magic, which doesn't sound like a big deal. Kind of is. You know, it's like it's a resource that's there, and you know, like everyone else is just kind of like leaving it at the table, you know. Cheatum's room key. Okay. Can't get in there just yet. Any other books that you want to have a read? Yeah, I apologise if I'm a bit out of it today. It's not anything bad. It's just it's been so long since I played that I kind of just want to find my bearings again. I've been playing all manner of different games. Played Hell at Loose recently. Oh yeah, I thought I had the key. Did I not pick it up? Did I drop it? Yeah, I played Hell at Loose. Team 17 have taken over that now, rather than so they're no longer just the publisher; they are the developer, kicking out Black Matter, who made a brilliant game with Hell at Loose, and then decided, you know what, fuck it, we'll do a better job, and they didn't. And yeah, and I got back into it because, you know, of course, you know, it's the Brits versus Fritz, if you're allowed to say that still. I apologise if that's offensive. But yeah, it's Britain versus Germany in LLMA and all the rest. So, in fact, can I leave? Yeah, I can just walk out. Right, so I did get the key, didn't I? Have I just looted it off his corpse again? Just check all the bodies. Okay, that's good. Right, so we should be able to go back upstairs, right? There we go. My apologies, I hadn't got the key before.
Why?
That's a guardian, not bad. Rizika's key. Oh, and then root, in case you needed any more. So much like the Stones of Baranzaya, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, you will find root in some people's houses. And use it. So yeah, Hell at Loose. It's Britain versus Germany in Africa, and yeah, it sounds like a great idea. And then you realise actually the devs, like the current devs just aren't that very good at making the game how it is. The thing is, they live, like, their offices are based by car 15 minutes away from the Royal Armouries. And there, a bloke, I believe his name is Jonathan, he does videos for like GameSpot, talking about like different weapons and things like that, you know, about the authenticity of firearms in video games. And in movies and things like that, and it's... Oh. Sorry, I had a bit of a lag spot there. Just check. That seemed good there. Okay, yeah. And they live like 15 minutes away, and yet they don't know how, like, the Bren works, or how the Lee Enfield, you know, one of the most lauded firearms in British history, indeed world history, you know, doesn't fucking work properly, you know?
Let's get this over with. Let's get this over with.
Who's that attacking? Oh right, so he had a warhammer and a claymore. Ooh. But does it weigh too much versus everything else? I guess. Fuck it, we'll get plenty of money throughout this caper. Might as well level up our skill over here. So, yeah. And like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm not one of these people who's like, oh, British things are the best always, anything like that. No, but I do appreciate that the firearm was good. I will always I take a little, I can't say I take a bit of pride in it because I wasn't there. But I do like the story of how, like, in the First World War, those two, oh no, I was about to say they look the same, but no, it's just their clothes. A bit of Argonian racism there. Okay, the tree has become a perversion of nature. It's surrounded by alien machinery. If I am to destroy this monstrosity, I will need to find a way to destroy the machinery that surrounds it. They call it alien machinery, and yet, like, are machines that well known in this? Hears voices in the air, sings like thunder. Grand Ring of Nihilism. So yeah, this is the hist tree. Its sap is being taken. Just take those. Nice little collectible items there. To be put into bottles for us to drink and hallucinate and kill things. And kill perceived threats. Have I got anything I can... Oh, Danger Dagger. Okay, hang on a second. What can I drop? That's not generating as much money as I thought, so... we've got to kill these pipes, and we've got to come up with the works, like so. But then again, like, machinery in this game, I suppose, does exist in Dwemer Ruins. In Morrowind, they exist. Oh, hello. Take that ring. Have that enchanted and sell it for more. Novice gear. Oh, hello. Now, were there any more things I had to collect? Any more pipes? For anything else? What's my joke to give? Okay, so that's all destroyed now. Hooray, Patrick, we've saved the city. So there we are. So that history just didn't actually, you know, what a waste of a plot point, you know.
You've ruined everything. Why? Why? I had a job. I had a home. You've taken it all. I'll kill you for this.
Megla, you don't have to do
never
this.
Take me down.
You know, think of your family.
Die, cur! Die, you mangy house cat!
You mangy house cat! Megla, come on. You can join the Fighters Guild, it's not too late. Well, evidently it is. You know what? gonna let him rest. And this place, when the smoke rises, will be his tomb. I think we better leave because we're just committing arson. So, yeah. So, as I was saying, in the First World War, British soldiers were so good at using the Lee Enfield rifle that, like, the German soldiers could attest that, like, they were firing so quickly that they thought it was a machine gun. Yeah, that's pretty good. Come on, you can't deny that. That's pretty badass, right? But yeah, as I say. Oh, nearly. Hi, chaps. So yeah, so that's interesting. Moving swiftly on from that, but yeah, it's like the update is pretty bad. Like, there's dolphin diving. The idea that like you can just like go into prone mode and then like stand up again, and like you just like launch yourself to the floor and get up again. Movement speed in general is so much faster, which isn't good. It feels good, but at the same time it's like, yeah, but I can't hit anything for shit.
Have you done it?
Because the bullet velocity
Have you destroyed
can't
that
catch up.
foul tree? Well done. With that tree gone, the Blackwood Company is just another band of mercenaries. Cyrodiil is a safer place for what you've done. I want you to take this. May it serve you well. Now, you should tell Velena Daunton what has happened. Perhaps she will understand what it is we have done. I believe our work is now finished. You are a fine soldier, my friend. You've made me proud. It belonged to an ancestor, Orain Bearclaw, but was lost for centuries. It was found only when Malakath wrongly believed my family line ended. It was returned to me by a stranger from my homeland, Morrowind. Wear it proudly. Perhaps you can help restore the glory of my family's name.
So from what I understand...
Tell her right away.
Right, let's just show you what this is first of all. I believe it's a Gwar helm. There you go. That's the helm of Orain Bearclaw. Yeah, pretty cool. What does it do? Fortifies agility and endurance. What did I have on before? Because it has been a while. I know, I should have watched these back. Fortifies fatigue. It's not great. 312. Okay. It doesn't actually do anything for my fatigue. That's fine. So, we've got a repair hammer. Okay. Guess I'll have to drop something. Can't really because it's still above. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'll drop silver dagger. I can drop that. So let's break the news to Velena. I think we'll be waiting in our house. No, we'll be waiting in the Fighters Guild. Because sometimes quest NPCs do not go home. They don't follow their routine.
Share with you without fear. Good evening. I hope I can help.
Oh.
I've heard they have good magic trainers over at the Mages Guild.
That's what you can share without fear? Great. Thanks, Curse.
Good day.
So yeah, so NPCs will not always follow their routine if they have a quest to attend to.
Good evening.
Right now. Get a better view of the room. Yeah, that's better.
What is it you want? You were told to stay out of my sight. I'll assume you're here to tender a resignation. You've done what? I had no idea it had gotten so bad. How is it you accomplished all of this?
I did this on my own. I don't think I saved, so I would have said that.
With Orion, he was dismissed. I should expel you now. But no, it isn't Orion who is to blame. I fear it is I. I love the Fighters Guild and all its members, perhaps to a fault. I fear my
No, it's definitely
concern for them has
Modrin's
made me
fault for
blind to what's been happening around
getting
me.
your son killed.
If it were not for you and Orion, I dare not think it. Now we must speak about what you've done and how it will affect any further advancement. Because of your actions, I am hereby stripping you of your rank of champion. You were reckless, foolhardy, and dangerous to yourself and the guild. They were also brave and necessary. Because of this, I am hereby naming you Master of the Fighters Guild, effective immediately. The guild has passed me by. You are its future. Take your responsibilities seriously. I wish you luck. You still have many duties to perform. Your first duty should be to name your second in command. I can think of no one better for this job than Modrin Orion. Should he accept the position, you would be well served. Rely on his wisdom and experience more than I did, my friend. Good luck. Go to it.
So, I'm now Master of the Fighters Guild.
Well met. How are you?
Wasn't he wearing armor
Yes,
before?
Master. You need me?
Oh! You know when I said that there were no perks to being, like, Master of the Fighters Guild? Apparently, having people take their clothes off and calling you Master is one of them. Well, I mean, it's not exactly a tangible perk, but,
Did you speak with Valena? How did she react?
pack your shit, we gotta get out of the country.
Ha! Made you guildmaster? Amazing! You earned it, though you'll likely muck it all up. So, what are you going to do with your newfound rank? Me? Pah! I was just getting used to being retired. You can see how good my painting is getting. I'm an old man. I've done my time. Then again, someone has to keep you in line. Make sure you don't bring the guild down around our ears. I'll do it, Guildmaster. Just come to me when you want to assign duties to the guild. I'll make sure they get done. Well, you're in charge. You won't be doing the contracts, but the master is always paid a percentage of the guild's monthly take. Check with me monthly to give orders for the month. I'll make it happen. If I don't hear from you, I'll follow the previous month's orders. You can find your monthly stipend in the master's chest upstairs, along with anything we find that you might find useful. Here's the key. So, what are your first orders, Guildmaster?
So, we can focus on getting more members, we can make more money, or we can focus on both equally. I'm going to go for recruitment, just so we can see some more faces around the guild hall, but we'll see.
Not a bad idea. We can use more men in the ranks. It has its advantages. It gives the guild a greater presence, makes people notice. Plus, members often find items in their travels they can't use, and they leave them here for other members to use. Sometimes there's nice stuff. I've got my orders for now. Check back in a month or so, and we can talk about what to do next. Go hurt something.
If we look here, this is Modrin's painting. Doesn't it look marvellous? Oh dear. Just let it sink in. What a beautiful picture. I like the resemblance as well. I see you managed to get rid of the body. Smells a bit of fried Argonian still, but you can't have everything. So, that is the Fighters Guild quest line essentially done.
Hail.
If we want to have a look, though, at the guild hall,
I understand Daedra worship has become increasingly prevalent.
we may.
Well met. You're in charge now.
Valena is now is still an essential NPC. And here we have a nice look at the Guildmaster's chest. Don't laugh. So in there, every month there'll be items. There'll be pay. There'll be items the new recruits bring in. All that stuff. So recruits are basically bringing gear. In terms of roleplay reasons for wanting more recruits, I want to give back old fighters their jobs. The Blackwood Company are considerably diminished. There will be news stories about this by the Black Horse Courier. Yeah, it's kind of known now that that the Fighters Guild is back in town. So we're going to have a quick rest up. Oh!
Hi! What? May take a while.
Nice. Oh, there's someone just saying there as well. It may take a while for the Fighters Guild to return to its former glory, but for the time being,
I hope I can help.
it's doing okay.
Did you hear that Dharma came back safe and sound? You know, Sidneus's daughter, the Argonians. You've got a lot to learn. I hope
I'll just sell this gear off.
may interest you in some of my fine wares.
You can most certainly try. But unfortunately, I'm here to sell.
A fine train.
I think that's about it really for stuff I want to sell.
Tell your friends about me.
I certainly shall. But first, we must rest. And then we must train in the skills of mercantile. We can invest in stores. Make even more money back. Because you can make your money back from investing instantly, essentially. It's pretty good. So, I want to rest until the morning. And while we're here in Coral, perhaps sort something out. So endurance, personality, and strength. There we go. So, let's quickly sort something else out, make sure the coral's nice and safe, and then... Oh! I need to learn how to do some training, don't I? Do you train by any chance?
I hope I can help.
Just describe it.
It's good to know we've got such a strong Fighters Guild presence here in town.
Hoorah!
Bye.
It's my pleasure. Please continue.
So we're going to train up our...
You've got a lot. Let's get to training.
Oh! We exceed their abilities.
The Countess seems much happier now that the item that was stolen from her was returned. Bye.
What else can I train in then that might be beneficial? Armorer, maybe? Block. Alchemy, but I need to be members of the Mages Guild. Shit. Conjuration, Destruction, Restoration. Ah! Is there another church you can teach me? I will honestly get around to doing a quest soon. So yeah, what else have I been playing? Sentinel?
I'm the chapel healer, Gorerin Selvilla. We're glad to see you paying your respects here at the chapel. You too.
Not,
I'm Otius Loren, primate of Stendar. You stand before God's servant in the House of the Nine. Be humble and show respect. Farewell.
Blessings.
so they sell stuff,
Be seeing you.
but they don't actually teach anything. Oh, what is with the
I'm Renna Farewell.
stuttering lately? Okay, right, quest. I can always turn up later. Oh, well, it's daylight. Is anyone in here? No, empty again. Must be a mod interfering with it. Right, Caliber. Free to play, third person shooter, but like aim down sights is first person. I don't get it either.
Hello. You haven't seen my sons, have you? They went off into the forest to fight those monsters, and I'm worried about them.
That's so sad.
Without question.
Go away, fool.
Fine. Be that way.
You've got a real bounce to your step. I'll bet you're quite the acrobat.
My sons. Have you seen my sons? Yes, Rallis and Antis. They're going to fight off the creatures at our farm, but I fear for their safety. For the last few days, we've suffered attacks from these creatures at our farm not far from Coral. They're coming from someplace in the Great Forest. I don't know where, but Rallis may know more by now. My boys will take up the fight, even if the guards won't. Doesn't matter if it's outside the town walls, it still affects us all. They expect me to go with them, but I fear in my old age I'm not the warrior I once was. Would you go in my place? Somehow, I knew you'd do the right thing. I'm supposed to meet them at Wayne and Priory. You'd best get whatever supplies you need now, so you can get there in time. I need a drink to calm my nerves. Please, excuse me.
So, this is a rather interesting quest. In fact, fans of the Skyrim Thieves Guild, all three of you, will be able to recognise a reward from doing this quest. I fairly certain the weapon was in Morrowind as well.
Why isn't Father here? He knows how important this is. What do you mean he's not coming? He told you to come with us instead? Has he no honor? So Argonians get this hist stuff from licking hist trees, and the Blackwood Company got bad hist that made them crazy. I'm afraid I have no time for small talk, friend. I'm waiting for my father, Valis Odil. In town, by any chance? He's not coming with us? I think I understand, and it is better that he remains safe. Though I wonder why he has asked you to take his place.
You're wondering why he has asked.
You would join us, though you have no personal stake in this fight? An honorable deed. I gladly accept your help, then.
The Master of the Fighters Guild.
There's no point in waiting here any longer. Follow me.
And the Hero of Kvatch. And a honorary brother of the Order of the Virtuous Blood. And a Knight Brother of the Blades. Why they're not. Why they're coming to this. You're wielding iron longswords. That means that you're not high enough level to fight creatures that have anything better. That's why I am coming with you, and unfortunately have to escort you. So if I go too far, as far as I'm aware, they don't make it. Oh no, it appears they can walk on their own. What happens if I wait another hour?
This is no time to talk. Keep your guard up and watch your back. We've got to kill all of them.
So we shall. Ah, there we are. If helpfully spawn the clump. So the idea is to let them get into the field and fight. Yeah, they're big, aren't they? So yeah, if the sons die, there's different rewards, because they're not essential NPCs.
We beat them! We slaughtered them all! Did you see? Did you see how well I fought? Let's go see my father, and let him know of our victory.
So, there we are. It's a nice simple quest, but on like higher difficulties that can be quite bad. It's not necessarily like the goblins are going to kill you, it's going to kill them.
How are you today?
And the more sons who die, the less reward you get.
Hello.
You're back, and you've brought my sons with you. How wonderful! Good riddance to the Blackwood Company, and good luck to the Fighters Guild. Foul things. They deserve the death you brought them. My boys are safe. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much for sticking with them and helping a foolish old man. Please, take this. I won't be needing it any longer. My battles are over. I plan to live out my days on the farm in peace and quiet.
We've received Chillrend,
Be seen.
one of the other scrolls' more famous ones. It's a glass blade, or glass short sword, that does frost damage and increases weakness to frost damage.
You look like a shrewd businessman.
Yeah, so very nice weapon, and yeah, it's really good as well. It increases weakness damage, damage as well.
Well met. Goodbye, Blackwood Company. The Fighters Guild has a new master, and Orion is back. Take care.
Orion again. So yeah.
You look like a shrewd businessman.
Right, so what to do now? So yeah, normally give you cash if only one son survives, and I think if both die, he'll give you nothing, or he'll give you like a pittance, like literally 10 gold pieces for whatever level you are. So, I think it's about time we continued the main quest. What the hell is it? Path of Dawn. There we go. So we're going to go to the Imperial City. Let's have a wander. So yeah, what's its name? Caliber. Caliber spelled E-R, not R-E, like, you know, the proper way. The correct way, rather. Yeah. It's a decent enough shooter, but it's like, it just doesn't have much going for it. And it's like, it's not that good. The PvP is not that good, and the PvE is very repetitive. Yeah, I need to get my athletics up rather than my acrobatics. In fact, yeah, it's let's walk rather than jump. Because don't just want to keep damaging ourselves doing that. So. So yeah, it's like Calibur's okay, but it is active. It's got that going for it as well. You know, like 5,000 players a pop or whatever, but
This is a hot.
Is the difficulty gone down? How did I turn the difficulty down lately? He's not equipped that well. Anyway. We'll turn it up a bit anyway. Maybe I've just been fighting 2 low-level foes. So, yeah, so Calibur's alright. What else? Enlisted, free-to-play, World War II, squad-based shooter. They call it an MMO. Like, I don't know what it is with like the War Thunder devs who call their games MMOs and just like, 1, think it'll go unchallenged, and 2, like, no, it doesn't draw people in at all. It doesn't even look like an MMO. I tend to be people with controlling 5 people is not. It's basically a multi-boxing. It's like, it's an MMO in as much as multi-boxing is. You know, on a dead server, and everyone's multi-boxing 5 or 7 people. No. So that's great. What else? I played the Great War Western Front for a little bit. Interesting RTS. Very World War One. Yeah, machine guns. Just forget it. Like, yeah, it's amazing, like how almost authentic it is in a way. Like, it's like, yeah, human wave. That did happen, and it didn't work. Yeah. Yeah, you'll see what yourself for yourself what like a Lewis gun is gonna do to your forces first hand. Yeah, very nasty. But yeah, just looking for other games to play really, and like there's loads that are coming out, and I'm just not all that bothered. There's some Warhammer games coming out as well, like we've had Bolt Gun come out lately, like that boomer shooter, which is pretty good. I haven't played it yet. We got 40k Speed Freaks coming out, the orcs, so orc like combat racer.
You have my ears.
So that'll be interesting. That's an alpha, so I'm gonna give that a go. Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader by Owlcat, Russian dev. But they are the makers of Pathfinder, the brilliant Pathfinder games. I have full confidence they will do Rogue Trader justice. Whether it's based on like the 40k Rogue Trader RPG system or not, like Pathfinder is, I don't know. Because there are D&D games that don't actually use the D&D rule set. So yeah.
Move along, friend.
Okay.
Luther Broad's boarding house. I'm Luther. You want beds or food? See me. Daedric shrines nearby. I know of 2. North of the city, south of Bruma, east of the Silver Road is a Mephala shrine. East of the city, at the head of the Red River, is a shrine to Vermina.
Be seeing you.
Sit down. Don't say anything. Just do what I say.
Looks a bit weird there. Like his eyes are full of mirth. That's
Listen, I'm going to get up in a minute and walk out of here. That guy in the corner behind me will follow me. You follow him. Just follow my lead. We can't talk now. Just follow my lead. Good. Remember, wait for him to follow me. I want to see what he'll do.
So he whispered those other lines, but not that one. And again, I suppose like Boris does have these rather dulcet tones.
Not on breaking day.
Search his body. I'll keep an eye out in case any of his friends are nearby.
I think he had a bound weapon. What's he doing with his fist there? Right. Should we have a read of Mankar Cameron's Mythic Dawn commentaries? In fact, we've only got 2 books. In fact, I think what we might have to do is read them all at once, because there will come an opportunity where we do that.
Good work. I am glad to see you, by the way. You just caught me at a bad time. The assassins who killed the Emperor were part of a Deirdre cult known as the Mythic Dawn. Apparently worship the Deirdre Lord Mehrunes Dagon. I've been tracking their agents in the Imperial City. I guess they noticed. So you said. That's very bad news. I had hoped I heard you correctly. Thank Talos. The Blades will protect Martin until he can claim his throne. Don't worry. Or we will die trying.
I didn't say his name. Oh, I suppose Boris was the first one to tell me, maybe. Or was it? Never mind.
There's a scholar at the Arcane University. Tarmina's her name. Supposed to be an expert on Deirdre cults. Why don't you take that book to her? See what she makes of it. I'll keep running down leads on the Mythic Dawn network. If you learn anything, you can find me at Luther Broad's. May Talos guide you. Like I said, she's one of the brains over at the Arcane University. Supposed to know everything there is to know about Deirdre cults. I hope you learned something from Tarmina about that book. This might just be the break we need. What do you need, friend?
Go ahead, please. Good day.
Did anyone else notice how or why Luther Broad was armed? Now, at a guess, I would say it's because if
Hail, good citizen.
what was his name? Ulstav? If the assassin, reveals his character too soon, Luther Broad would have to act, basically, as a sort of like deterrent for any bugs and that sort of thing. Yeah. Or maybe if the player started shit, Luther would respond, but I don't rightly know, to be honest. Now, if he had a broadsword, that'd be good, right? Luther Broad, broadsword.
If you want to learn more about light armor,
So
you
our
might talk to
get this
Delgosho.
hist stuff from licking
really
hist trees.
skilled at
and
using
the
light
Blackwood
armor.
Company got bad
Luckily,
hist
he's
that
willing
made
to
him
train others to
crazy.
use it as well.
Absolutely not.
Be
Isn't
seeing you.
Irene Met
Ah, you must be the one I got the message about. How can I help you? You know of them? One of the most secretive of all the Daedric cults. Not much is known about them. They follow the teachings of Mankar Cameron, whom they call the Master, a shadowy figure in his own right. Ah, yes. Commentaries on the Mysterium Xerxes. Wonderful. You have a scholarly interest in Daedric cults, then? Find them, huh? I won't poke my nose any further. Official business and all that. I'm used to working with the blades. Don't worry. Say no more. In any case, finding them won't be easy. I've studied Mainkar Cameron's writings a bit myself. At least those that I could find. It is clear from the text that Mainkar Cameron's commentaries come in 4 volumes, but I've only ever seen the first 2 books. I believe that his writings contain hidden clues to the location of the Mythic Dawn's secret shrine to Mehrunes Dagon. Those who unlock this hidden path have proven themselves worthy to join the ranks of the Mythic Dawn cult. Finding the shrine is the first test. If you want to find them, you'll need all 4 volumes of the commentaries.
Excuse me.
Here, you can have the library's copy of Volume 2. Treat it gently, if you please. As I've said, I've never even seen the 3rd and 4th volumes. You should try first edition over in the Market District.
Of course you should.
Phintius, the proprietor, caters to specialist collectors. He may have an idea of where to locate those books.
Phintius is the most seen-to NPC in the entire game, as far as I can tell. He's the one NPC that is the most involved in all different quests, barring main ones and faction ones. I think you've seen for about 3 or 4 different quests in the game.
The supposed leader of the Mythic Dawn cult. He wrote the infamous Commentaries on the Mysterium Xerxes. The commentaries are contemporary with Tiber's Septim, over 400 years ago, so he is unlikely to still be alive, although you never know.
I don't know how long elves live for, but I don't think I think he's I don't know, I'm not sure. Not that's a major spoiler or anything.
The Holy Book of the Mythic Dawn, supposedly written by Mehrunes Dagon himself. If it exists, it would be an artifact of great and evil power. They worship the Daedra Lord Mehrunes Dagon, according to the teachings of their leader, Mainkar Cameron. No one knows how widespread the cult is or where their shrine to Mehrunes Dagon is located. Not only has necromancy been banned from practice in the Mages Guild, but the guild won't deal with anyone who openly uses it. Too big for me. Loud, dirty. Clowns, fools, brutes, and thieves everywhere. I want to throw my gold away. I just dump it in Lake Rumara. Save time.
It was so impressive and should train others.
Be sure to let me know how
Have you
your
heard
hunt
any
for the
word
Mythic
about the
Dawn
other
turns out.
provinces?
Oh,
Anything else? Yes, I have them for sale. If you'd like to buy some, feel free. They're top quality. I refined them myself. I rarely leave the university, as I have all I need right here. If you need ingredients, try Ogier Georic at the main ingredient.
that's a mouthful.
Not only has necromancy...
Yep.
What can I interest you in?
There we go, so that's for a different quest.
I appreciate your business. Sorry, that's all I had. The refining process is quite costly and very tedious. If you can...
I'll pay handsomely if you can procure the items in that list.
That's for another
Find me
quest.
everything on there, and you'll be well compensated. Good day. The orrery here is the only one in Cyrodiil. There's one more in Hammerfell, the old one at Stros Mackay. Not only...
So the orrery is
Farewell.
the orrery.
What's this about?
This is part of the DLC. This is added to the building when you download the DLC. And I'm going to save the game before I do anything else. Just checking my saves. Okay. I'm saving frequently enough, it seems. So, yeah, so we've got the salts to do the Tears of Galadriel or whatever his name was. And I spoke to the lady about the Ori, which I think allows you to. It works like the birthstones in Oblivion and Skyrim, where you can like get an additional blessing from it. I think. It's been a while. I've only like completed the quest twice, I think, in my entire time. It's not a great one either. You just go to bandit camps, loot the stuff, carry on as you do.
Well met. You'll never leave the feed bag on an empty stomach. Need a book? You've come to the right place.
Let's have a look. I can actually buy the book. Just do a sec of it. Right. King of the Aliens, the posting of the hunts. I'll buy that one.
I wouldn't make that deal with just anybody. Thank you. Come again.
Damn, he doesn't seem to have it.
You must be referring to Mankar Cameron's commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes. A common mistake. It comes in 4 volumes. The first 2 volumes are rare, but you may run across them from time to time. The 3rd and 4th are impossible to find. I happen to have a copy of Volume 3 on hand, but I'm afraid it is a special order. Already paid for by another customer. Sorry. Gwyneth would be terribly disappointed if it was gone when he came to pick it up. So sorry I can't help you. I don't know him personally, but he was very eager to get his hands on Volume 3 of Cameron's commentaries. Came all the way from Valenwood. As a matter of fact, he's already late for his appointment to pick up the book. Feel free to wait for him if you want to speak to him yourself. I wish I had one, but I have never even seen a copy. Very well, I hate to deny a dedicated scholar like yourself. I'll sell it to you, if you must have it. I hope you'll keep us in mind for all your specialty book needs.
So you can actually wait for Gwyneth to come in and basically tell him that the Mythic Dawn assassinated the Emperor, and he will give you the book, and he doesn't want to be associated with them.
I sold you my only copy of Volume 3. Gwyneth will be terribly disappointed when he learns it is gone. Good day.
I've never actually bought the book before. I've always just waited for Gwyneth to get in. In fact, let's just wait a bit for him. He might show up yet. He has some lovely robes. Ah, there he is.
I'm sorry, but I'm here for my book, Mankar Cameron's Commentaries, Volume 3.
Ah, about that. You see, I don't have it anymore. Terribly sorry. Full refund, of course.
You can be sure I won't be back. I've never been treated so shabbily in all my life. Good day, sir. What do you want? I don't want to talk about it. I'm still very angry at Phintius. He promised me he would get one for me. I came all the way from Valenwood for it. What? Phintius sold you my copy? This is outrageous! I must speak to Phintius at once. That book is mine. The Mythic Dawn. Are you... I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything about any cult. Oh, really? You think the Mythic Dawn is the first Daedric cult I've encountered? I'll have you know that I visited the shrine of Sheogorath during the Festival of the Mad. I've spoken with Hermaeus Mora beneath the full moons. What? The Mythic Dawn were the ones? You have to believe me. I truly had no idea. I mean, I knew they were a Daedric cult. Mankar Cameron's views on Mehrunes Dagon are fascinating, revolutionary even. But to murder the Emperor, Mara preserve us. Yes, of course, anything to help. I really know very little. They contacted me. I suppose they learned that I was looking for the 3rd and 4th volumes. I never actually met any of them, I swear. You can only get Volume 4 directly from a member of the Mythic Dawn. I had set up a meeting with the sponsor, as he called himself. Here, take this note they gave me. It tells you where to go. I don't want anything else to do with the Mythic Dawn.
Good day. I hope you're enjoying the copy I sold you. Gwyneth was terribly upset when he found out, poor fella. Well, just this once. I don't suppose it would do any harm. Gwyneth mentioned he was staying at the Tiber Septim Hotel. He was very upset when he found out I didn't have his book for him. I doubt he'll be in any mood to talk to you about it. Bye.
Yes? I told you, I'm done with those books. I'm sorry I ever got mixed up with those maniacs. Hey, you're the one they call the hist. Bye.
So, we have access to Mythic Dawn Commentaries Volume 3.
Hello.
What's new with you?
And note how I didn't actually say that I was against the Empress assassination, or anything like that. Now, I think I might actually hand this note to Boris, so let's give this note a read. A note to Gwyneth. Gwyneth, your interests in the writings of the Master has been noted. You are taking the first steps towards true enlightenment. Persevere, and you may join the exalted ranks of the Chosen. If you wish to continue further down the path of dawn, you will need the 4th volume of the Master's Commentaries on the Mysterium Xerxes. It can be obtained only from a member of the Order of the Mythic Dawn. As your designated sponsor, I'll pass on my copy to you if I deem you worthy. Study the first 3 volumes of the Master's writings. Look for the hidden meaning in his words as best as you are able. When you are ready, come to the sunken sewers under the elven gardens in the Imperial City. Come alone. Follow the main tunnel until you reach a room with a table and a chair. Sit down. I'll meet you there and give you what you desire. Sincerely, the sponsor. So,
You're not easy to get hold of. What have you found out? They'll pay for the murder of the Emperor. Now that we know who they are, it's only a matter of time. This just might be the break we've been looking for. Good work. We need to get that 4th book then. If Tarmina is right, we can use these books to locate the Mythic Dawn's hidden shrine. Let's go. I know that part of the sewers well. The sewers run underneath the whole Imperial City. There are access points in every district. The Blades have occasion to use them in our undercover work, as well as a means to move around the city without attracting attention. Follow me. I know how to get to the part of the sewers where we need to meet the sponsor.
this is a pain in the arse. So just before we have our moment in the sewers, let's have a read of a book, The Smell of Cheese. In fact, let's read all 3 books, because we have to understand them. Mythic Dawn Commentaries, number 1. Commentaries on the Mysterium Xerxes, Book 1, by Mankar Cameron. Greetings, novitiates, and no first reassurance. Mankar Cameron was once like you, asleep, unwise, protonymic. We mortals leave the dreaming sleep of birth the same, unmantled save for the symbiosis with our mothers, thus to practice and thus to reproachment, I think that says. Reproachment. Until finally we might, through new eyes, leave our hearths, without need or fear that she remains behind. In this moment we destroy her forever, and enter the domain of Lord Dagon. Reader, this book is your door to that domain, and though you be a destroyer, you must submit to locks. Lord Dagon would only have those clever enough to pause, all else the Orbis claims in their fool running. Walk first, heed, the impatience you feel is your first slave to behead. Enter as Lord Dagon has written. Come slow and bring 4 keys. Know that then you are royalty, a new breed of destroyer whose garden shall flood with flowers known and unknown as it was in the mythic dawn. Thus shall you return to your first primal wail and yet come out different. It shall this time be neonimbiosis, master akin to master, whose mother is miasma. Every quarter has known us, and none bore our passing except with trembling. Perhaps you came to study us through war, or study, or shadow, or the alignment of certain snakes. Though each path matters in its kind, the prize is always thus. Welcome, novitiate, that you are here at all means that you have the worthiness of kings. Seek thy pocket now, and look, there is the first key, glinting with the light of a new dawn. Night follows day, and so know that this primary insight shall fall like unto the turbulent evening sea, where all faiths are tested. Again, a reassurance. Even the usurper went under the Iliac, I believe that is, before he rose up again to claim his fleet. Fear only for a second. Shaken belief is like water for a purpose. In the garden of dawn we shall breathe whole realities. Enter, as Lord Aegon has written. Come slow and bring 4 keys. Our order is based on the principles of his mighty razor. Mehrunes razor. Novitiates, questing knights, chaplain, and master. Let the evil ones burn in its light, as if by the excess of our vision. Then shall our knowledge go aright. However, recall that your sight is yet narrow, and while you have the invitation, you have not yet the address. My own summons came through a book Lord Dagon wrote himself in the deserts of rust and wounds. Its name is the Mysterium Xerxes. Almeritada aggregate. Forefather to the wife of all enigma. Each word is razor-fed and secret, thinner than catalysms, tarnished like red drink. That I mention it at all is testament to your new rank, my child. Your name is now cut into its weight. Palace, hut or cave, you have left all the fog worlds of conception behind. Numantia, liberty, rejoice in the promise of paradise. Endlessly it shall form and reform around you, deeds as entities, all systems only an hour before they bloom to zero sums, flowering like vestments, divine raiment worn to dance at Lord Dagon's golden feet. In his first arm a storm, his second the rush of plagued rain, the third in all the tinder of Anu, and the fourth the very eyes of Padum. feel uplifted in thine heart, that you have this first key, for it shall strike high and low into the worm-rot of false heavens. Roaring I wandered until I grew hoarse with the gospel. I had read the mysteries of Lord Dagon, and felt anew went feeling anew went mad with the overflow. My words found no purchase until I became hidden. These were not words for the common of Tamriel, whose clergy only long ago feigned the very existence of the dawn. Learn from my mistake. Know that humility was Mankar Cameron's original wisdom. Come slow and bring 4 keys. Offering myself to that daybreak allowed the girdle of grace to contain me. When my voice returned, it spoke with another tongue. After 3 nights, I could speak fire. A red drink, a razor fed, I had glimpsed the path unto the garden, and knew that to inform others of its harbour, I had to first drown myself in search of sea. Know ye that I have found my fleet, and that you are the flagship of my hope. Greetings, novitiates. Mankar Cameron was once you, asleep, unwise, protonymic, but am no more. Now I sit and wait to feast with thee on all worlds of this cosmos. Numantia, liberty. So, as you can tell, it's a bit cack, is this book. But, in all this nonsense, perhaps you notice something. If you've been paying attention to the screen, you may notice these letters here. And here, in fact, is my cursor even showing? Yes, it is, yeah. So, each paragraph begins with this letter, a letter in a very specific style. So here we have greetings, green, reader, R. Sorry, greetings G, reader R. So G-R, E-E-N. So what does that spell? Green. Mere coincidence, surely. Well, let's keep reading. G-R-E-E-N. G-A-F. Dilly-gaff. So, yeah, so green, E-M, P-E-R-O-R, Green Emperor. Surely, mere coincidence. W-A-Y, W, H-E-R-E, T-O-W-E-R, T-O-U-C-H-E-R. Green Emperor Way, where tower touches. Perhaps we can find some more clues. Let's read Book 2 of Commentaries on the Mysterium Xerxes, Book 2, by Mankar Cameron. Whoever findeth this document, I call him brother. Answers are liberations, where the slaves of Malebeoge that came down to know Numantia cast down their jailer king, Mastiac, which the Xerxes Mysterium calls the Arcane. Mastiac, whose carcass was dragged through the streets by his own bone walkers, and whose flesh was opened on rocks thereon, and those angels who loved him no longer did drink from his honeyed ichors, screaming, "Let all know free will, and do as they will." Your coming was foretold, my brother, by the Lord Dagon in his Book of Razors. You are to come as idols drop away from you one by one. You are exalted in eyes that have not yet set upon you. You swain to well-travelled to shatter of mantles. You, brother, are to sit with me in paradise, and be released of all unknowns. Indeed, I shall show you his book, and its foul and many-feathered rubric, so that you can put into symbols what you already know. The sphere of destruction is but the milk of the unenslaved. I fault not your stumbling, for they are expected and given grace by the oils. I crave not your downfalls, though without them you might surpass even me in the coming earth of all infinities. Lord Dagon wishes you no ills, but the momentous, and as he wants, you must want, and so learn from the pages of God this, the ritual of want. Whisper to the earth, and earth, where meddlers took no stones, except to blood, as blood is blood, and to the cracking of bone, as bone is bone, and so to crack and answer and fall before the one and one, I call you dragon as brother and king. Hides of Dre, 7 and 7, draught of oil, 1 and 1, circles drawn by wet debalites. My word. Right, 3 concentric and let their lower blood fall where it may, a birth watched by blackbirds, hearth fire the first. Count the following when your hearing becomes blurred. Enraptured, he who finally goes unrecorded, recorded that the slaves without knowing turn the wheel, enslaved, all the children of Orbis as it is. Some heavy stuff. Commentaries on the Mysterium Xerxes, Book 3 by Manky Cameroon. The tower touches all the mantles of heaven, brother novitiates, and by its apex one can be as he will, more, be as he was, and yet change for all else on that path for those that walk after. This is the third key of Numantia, and the secret of how mortals become makers, and makers back to mortals. The bones of the wheel need their flesh, and that is mankind's heirloom. Oathbreakers beware, for their traitors run through the Nimic paths, runner dogs of prolix gods. The dragon's blood have hidden ascension in 6,000 years of ethereal labyrinth, which is arena, which they yet deny is oathbound. By the book, take this key and pierce the divine shell that encloses the mantle takers, the skin of gold, Scarab e Orbex. Woe to the Oathbreakers of the skin of gold, the Xerxes Mysterium says, be fooled not by the forlorn that ride astray on the roadway, for they lost faith, and this was losing. And this losing was caused by the Aedra, who would know no other planets. Whereby the words Lord Dagon instructs us to destroy these faithless, eat or bleed dry the gone forlorn, and gain that small will that led them to walk the path of Godhead at first. Spit out or burn to the side that which made them delay. Know them as the Nemeli. Every new limb is paid for in the underknown. See, brother, and give not more to the Hydra. Reader, you will sense a shadow choir soon. The room you are in right now will grow eyes and voices. The candle or spell light you read this by will become gateways for the traitors I have mentioned. Scorn them and fear not. Call them names, call out their base natures. I, the Mankar of stars, am with you, and I come to take you to my paradise, where the tower traitors shall hang on glass racks until they smile with the new revolution. That is your ward against the Nemeli. They run blue through noise and shine only when the earth trembles with the eruption of the newly mantled. Tell them, go, Gartok al-Nem, God is come, Numi Mora, Numi Dalinem. Once you walk in the mythic, it surrenders its power to you. Myth is nothing more than first once, an utterable truth. Ponder this while searching for the fourth key. Understood laws of the Arcanature will fall away like heat. First how dictate, Render the mutant bound where he may do no more harm. As god of the Mundus, alike shall be his progeny. Split from their divine sparks, we are 8 times 8 exarchs. Let the home of Padme see us a sole exit. Kim. Or Chim. This is interesting. Those who know it can reshape the land. Witness the home of the Red King once jungled. Kim. I don't entirely understand Kim and Morrowind lore, but that is a very important thing. I think like Kim is like the state, or it's like transcending the physical. It's essentially like becoming almost like a god yourself. I think the Nerevarine, the main character of Morrowind, had to do that, or help someone do that. I'm not sure. But it's like a goal, I think, for all, or most, so like native Morrowind folk, or at least Dunmer anyway. He that enters paradise enters his own mother. E alma ruma, the orbis entereth in all ways. Endeth we seek through our dawn, all endeth. Falter now, become one with the wayside orphans that feed me. Follow, and I shall adore you from inside. My first daughter ran from the Dagonite road. Her name was Rumour, and I ate her with no bread, and made another, which learnt. And I loved the one, and Blackburns formed her twin behind all time. Starlight is your mantle, brother. Wear it to see by, and add its light to paradise. And that last one is one of the most important passages to this puzzle. Because we need the starlight to find our way to where we need to go. But first, we've got to meet this sponsor. If that was a bit too heavy for anyone, I would apologise profusely, but it was... But I had to read it, and so do you. To be honest, I don't think you actually have to read it. Or you can literally just like flip through the books. It's a very satisfying animation. Very detailed chains.
Over here!
Yeah, there's a lot of this. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Boris to fight the monsters, and then he runs a bit faster.
Training of thousands.
Oh, excuse me a second. And I'm back. Sorry to keep you waiting there. So, yeah, this is the fastest way that we can actually get this guy to get his ass in the gear. What is with the lag? Oh, we just walked through.
Stick together! Watch the flank.
Boris, there's a mud crab. You gotta get it, really
Stick
goes.
together!
There's another one down there as well.
This was mine.
Help yourself. Oh, goblin wall. Nice. So now I bumped it to the... Oh, it wasn't the biggest idea.
Over here!
Arrows of silence, nice. it's down this way. Something else to mention. Oh, combat music's still playing, so Boris is hopefully still in combat. Level up block. So what else? I don't think there's really been many video games I've been looking at. Oh shit! That's why my health great. That was a fantastic fucking thing. Sorry. And I haven't saved either. That's great. So we've got to do all this again. I don't think we're going this way anyway, so... Combat music's on... Ooh, sea strike, hello. Don't mind if I do, and we have shadow. Yeah, so sometimes you can get into people's basements through the sewers. So... sometimes that's helpful. Right, let's bring Boris closer.
This one's mine!
God, I seriously need to get a mod that, like, know of a mod that just has NPCs carry on without needing to be escorted. Like, actually has them run as well, that'd be good.
Stick together!
I'd rather not, thanks, you just carry on.
This one's mine!
I got that one, don't worry, Boris. I'll handle it.
This one's mine!
Right. So, yeah, in terms of video games, I haven't played much else. It's most like tabletop RPGs I've been looking into. And to be honest, like, I know I've said that, like, I don't get on with D&D a lot. Well, I do think it is like a terribly botched system.
Over here!
That I do think that
Stick together!
that one D&D will ultimately be good for it, but it's just too bad that, like, Wizards of the Coast, you know, they're just utter arseholes. Like, it really doesn't matter, there's no difference between the two, they're one and the same. Activision and Blizzard, you cannot separate the two. If you're going to do that, you have to do that once and all. So on the rare occasion Activision does something like that, you have to say Activision and not Blizzard. You can't pick and choose, that's not how it works. But yeah, so like, in terms of Wizards of the Coast, like, and D&D, it's like, yeah, they're a horrible company and they're making a half decent game. But and while the Dungeon Master's Guide is getting improved and hopefully relies a lot less on DMs doing all the legwork for their game, it's going to be a while yet before we get anything like that. So yeah, and yeah, I'd love to play 1D&D. It's just a shame that Wizards of the Coast fucked that up for everyone. Like, yeah, I'm not giving them any more money than is absolutely necessary, and I don't deem any of the books necessary. you know, it's amazing how like how many RPGs are coming out right now, and like D&D is like the worst one in terms of not in terms of like playability, in terms of like content coming out. So few books have so little content. Piss poor piecemeal shite that they put out all the time. And yeah, like the thing is like running a homebrew game, it works. Like my darling dearest, bless her, I don't think I can get her into any other game but D&D. I'm trying to, like Mortbog might be a good one, like old school Essentials, or maybe even Dungeon Classics, but... And she's really trying to get into these different games. Warlord, summon that? A zombie, or is there another shaman elsewhere? There's another shaman, fuck. Oh no, I'm gonna go, oh fucking hell.
Stick together!
Come on, let's just get this done over with. I don't think they can get through the grate anyway, so... Boris, get your fucking ass in gear, I swear. So yeah, but yeah, so like I'm gonna try and make D&D work as best I can. Cause I think she's genuinely enjoying it. It's just trying to find a way of like making it work for her.
Get my back.
Shaman's more my speed than the 2 warlords. I wonder if there's like a difficulty on this.
Not on this.
Fucking goddamn game now. Right. No, in combat now, mind. Say I swore to die. Or I've sworn to die. That's disturbing. Has my infamy gone up by looking in his pockets? No, good stuff. And I'm gonna save. Get your fucking ass in gear, Boris, I swear to Christ.
Together! Not on this.
So yeah, yeah, getting there, trying to find different games and such that work, but honestly, like, D&D works, and I do look forward to playing, like, the Sunday session. Christ, does the system. It's just so antagonistic.
Watch the flank. Yeah.
And the thing is like, I doubt it, but I hope that one day, again, not that I'm going to play it. And that's the thing, it's like, I want to play it, but it's like, at the same time, you know, I have standards and ethics. And I'm not going to buy a product that Wizards of the Coast puts out, however good it is, because they've decided they don't want my custom. That they are so, they have such contempt for their user base. So yeah, fucking done with that, you know.
Over here!
Oh, he just, oh, I thought he leapt over then. I don't think any NPC in this game can jump. It's not that surprising or amazing, but it's not they don't choose, it's that they physically can't. Not programmed to do so. Under any circumstances. Excuse me. Good grief. Even if it's like a troubleshooting game or something. Nope, they won't do it. So, yeah. So yeah, so like, if, like, my one hope for D&D is basically like, that they actually flesh out the...
Alright, the room with the table is just through this door. I always wondered who put it there. I happen to know that if you go up the stairs there, you can get a vantage point on the meeting room. I think I'd better be the one to handle the meeting. You'll be my backup. Keep watch from above in case of trouble. No, it should be me. I have a blood debt to repay these Mythic Dawn assassins. Besides, I've trained for this kind of thing my whole life. Good. Remember, we must not leave here without the book. It's our best chance of finding the amulet. Listen, I may not survive this, but if I don't, you must. You must recover the book and find the Amulet of Kings. I'm glad to have you at my back. Okay, let's do this.
Notice now how Boris... Oh, sorry, he is essentially NPC still. Both his rules. I think at this point Boris is a non-essential NPC.
I told you to come alone! So, you want to become one of the chosen of Mehrunes Dagon. The path of dawn is difficult, but the rewards are great. I have the book you seek. With it and the Master's 3 other books. I told you to come along. I told you to...
The fuck?
So, you want to become one of the chosen of Mehrunes Dagon. The path of dawn is difficult, but the rewards are great. I have the book you seek. With...
There's someone else here!
Oh.
So, you want to become one of the chosen of Mehrunes Dagon. The path of dawn is difficult, but the rewards are great. I have the book you seek. With it and the Master's 3 other books, you will possess the key to enlightenment. But do you have the wit and strength to use the key that you've been given? If so, I will see you next at Dagon's shrine. Yes, I think you may. Wait, I've seen you before. You're the blade that Brother Ostap was tailing.
Lord Dagon!
You'll see now that Boris is not a member. Sorry, he's not an essential NPC. There is a chance he could have died. Now, I think I have a disease on me, so... There we go, yep. Just collect some robes. And that there is Raven Cameron. One of the sons. Okay, oh! Another mundane ring. How many of those have we got? We've got 2 of those. Mind and body ring reflect damage. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to get rid of that one and replace it with the mundane ring. The 4th and final volume of Mankind Cameron's writings on the mysterious Xerxes.
Now that you have all 4 books, you should be able to handle things from here. I'm going to Cloud Ruler Temple. My place is at Martin's side. I'll see you back at Cloud Ruler Temple. Good luck. What do you need? I'll see you back at Cloud Ruler Temple. Good luck.
So he's going to walk there. Hopefully make it back alive. Now I get to loot this place. These crumble up pieces of paper. So this very hard chest apparently. Sorcerer's ring. Oh, nice. I need that for when we're in the Mages Guild. So. Might be an idea to just save the game. That's not going to work, is it? What do I have? Potion of healing. Restore health. Increased yeah, could one have told me that was a bad idea. One of us used to be doing magic damage to me.
Yeah.
I'll just wait an hour, heal up, and then go back in. Right, sound good? I'm glad you agree. Let's go. Let's turn the temperature. Oh yeah, I got reflect magic as well. Almost sort of break like it's in 2 shamans. can probably go through any basement, but let's map out the sewers. Not super map them out as such, but just try and find our way through them and okay. Right, let's try that again and find out where that leads. Must have been over here, maybe. Silence. Must have been poison, because that's a nasty enchant. Yeah, it's not an enchant. That's over now, so we can heal. Oh no, paralysis. That ain't good. Almost. I mean, he's got a bow, so I need to be quick. Okay, good. Now I can save here. Okay. Heal up a bit more. So yeah, other RPGs like Cobalt Press are coming out with like their Tales of Valyria or whatever it's called, which I might back. Yeah, because like that actually like it's so full of information. It's exactly the sort of thing I want in an RPG book. Yeah, they've done a really good job with that, and yeah, they should be proud of what they've done with it. But it is 5e compatible, which means like it really can't do that much to fix a lot of 5e's problems. All it's doing is basically just putting people's homebrew into one book. And it's good homebrew. The stuff they've done is great, but yeah, it's just not quite there. So what else is out there? It's gonna be a fucking mud crab now. A zombie. Does that open the... No, it doesn't. That was a very familiar sound. So How the fuck do we get into that room? Do they have to open it from their side? Do we have to open it from the other side? So remotely. It's not through there. Yeah, I think I always struggle with this one. I don't know how to open the gate there. No. I don't know. I'm not that bothered. Well, let's have a quick look at the map. Yeah. Oh, hello. Yeah, it might not open yet because it's maybe related to a quest. Yeah, it might not let me go through that way yet because that's to come later. I think that's part of the Thieves Guild quest line. So, or Dark Brotherhood. Yeah, you have to interact with suits a fair bit in this game. Anyway. Let's break into someone's house via the basement. Oh, hello. Ah, now this is related to the Thieves Guild. Bone meal. Plants. And blood. How very strange.
I think someone is watching me. I see figures in the shadows all the time. I know it's all in my head. I'm spending too much time on my latest project. But enough about me. What can I do for you? I'm here in the city for access to the temple libraries and for the bookstores, especially the first edition in the market district. You too.
My poor husband is getting no sleep. He's awake all night taking care of those stupid plants. I find things to do. I manage the house, make sure Amantius doesn't starve or run out of ink. I shopped at Three Brothers a couple of days ago. Not sure which one I talked to, though. Goodbye. Yes.
Have you heard about Kvatch? They say that Daedra...
By the gods!
Without question.
Good day.
You too.
I think the combat's still, the music's still playing, but even though we're not, even though we're out of combat, just because of a bug. But I'm looking for something in this place because, again, just seeing if I can preemptively get it. I know that I can't. There's a quest item in this building, but it won't spawn, it won't appear until Well, that's even stranger. So, turns out the goblin was following me. Hopefully he didn't kill any of the NPCs. They kind of need to do. I don't think I need them for the quest.
I think someone is...
My poor husband. Be seeing you.
There we go.
It's...
So, onwards we go. So, what have we learned? We've learned that Raven Cameron, of the...
You have my ear, citizen. Is there a problem? I aim to keep an eye on things here in the city. Take it slow. Get to know the people. Try not to get off on the wrong foot. Truth is... Carry on.
So, where are we going to? Do we have to go to... Oh yes, of course we've got to read the 4th edition. 4th book. So yeah, so we've learnt that the Mythic Dawn is active within the Imperial City. There are 4 volumes, all of which can be read. And let's see what the code reads here. So, it was something like Green Emperor Way. Let's have a look at the code again. Just as a bit of a warm-up. So, GREEN, Green Emperor Way, where tower touches midday sun. So let's read Commentaries on the Mysterious Xerxes, Book 4 by Manka Cameron. May the holder of the 4th key know the heart thereby. The Mundex terrene was once ruled over solely by the tyrant Dray kings, each to their own domain, and border wars fought between their slave oceans. They were akin to the time totems of old, yet evil, and full of mockery and profane powers. No one that lived did so outside of the sufferance of the Drays. I gave my soul to the Magnagi, saith the joyous in paradise, for they created Mehrunes the Razor in secret, in the very bowels of a league, in the domain of the upstart who vanishes. Though they came from diverse waters, each get shared sole purpose, to artifice a prince of good, spinning his likeness in random swathe, and imbuing him with Oblivion's most precious and scarce assets. Hope. Deathlessly I intone from paradise. Mehrunes the thief-taker, Mehrunes God's body, Mehrunes the red arms that went up, Numantia, liberty. Deny not that these days shall come again, my novitiates, for as Mehrunes threw down a leg and cracked his face, declaring each of the 19 and 9 and 9 oceans free, so shall he crack the serpent crown of the Cyrodiils and create federation, make federation. All will change in these days as it was changed in those, for with the magic of the word, by the magic word Numantia, a great rebellion rose up and pulled him from the towers of Kim El-Gaishig. And the Templars of the upstart were slaughtered, and blood fell like dew from the upper wards down to the lowest pits, where the slaves with the maniacal faces took chains and teeth to their jailers, and all hope was brush fire. Your dawn listens, my lord. Let all the Orbis know itself to be free. Mehrunes is come. There is no dominion save free will. Suns were riven as your red legions moved from League to the hinterlands of Chill. A legion for each get. Incuri was thrown down, and Jaff was thrown down and Hormigil was crushed with cold salt and forevermore called Hor. And so it shall be again under the time of the gates. Under the mires, Malbioge was thrown down, That old city of chains slaked in newborn warmth and set free. Galg and Morgalg were thrown together in a single night of day, and it shall be again under the time of gates. Nothing but woe for Nern, which has become the pit, and 7 curses on its dray, the verme ne manque. But for it the crusades would be as my lord's creation. Get by the G, and do as thou wilt, of no fetters but your own conscience. Know that your hell is broken, people of Orbis, and praise the Numantia, which is liberty. So, Mankar Cameron's a bit of a crackpot, as you might have guessed.
Go ahead.
And we've got to tell it to
Greetings to you.
Tarmina.
Yes. The Mages Guild runs more or less. To find their secret shrine to Mehrunes Dagon, you'll need to study the 4 volumes of Mankar Cameron's commentaries.
What you have?
It is a fairly common practice of these kinds of esoteric cults to put hidden messages within their sacred writings.
Yeah, and we know it.
In effect, simply by finding their way to the shrine, prospective members have already passed the first test on the road to enlightenment. You've piqued my curiosity about this puzzle. I will think on it myself and let you know if I have any ideas. Check back with me tomorrow after I've given this matter some thought. I'll keep
Please,
studying
go
the
ahead.
first 2 volumes
Everybody's
of the
talking about the hero of...
So. So now we have to read the books again. Sorry, gang. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
I might turn up something before you... What?
Oh, sorry.
You too. What can I do for you? If it... To find there, it is a fairly... In effect, you've piqued my curiosity. Check back with me.
Oh, check back with her tomorrow, okay. So, basically, just got to use the wait function for 24 hours. This is one of the few things that I, like, whenever I think of the Oblivion main quest, this is
Go
what
ahead,
I think.
please.
Hitting wait.
I turned up
and I have to wait
copies of the
24
first 2 volumes from my colleagues, and I spent a little time rereading them. Mankar Cameron certainly is a fascinating writer, undoubtedly insane, but fascinating.
And he's got a great sense of fashion.
Ah, but more to the point. It appears to me that the first
Well, not
words of each paragraph may be significant. A message may be hidden there. I'll continue to study the problem. Come by tomorrow if you like. I may think of something else.
Hi.
Yes? I think I may have figured out the hidden message in Mankar Cameron's books. Do you have the 3rd and 4th volumes with you? Excellent. Let's see. Yes. The first letter of each paragraph spells out a message. Write this down. Green Emperor Way, where tower touches midday sun. Are you familiar with Green Emperor Way? The gardens around the Imperial Palace? Something must be revealed there at noon. How exciting. The Mages Guild runs more or less like it always did, but we lost... I've half...
What is it?
That is honestly the worst part of the main quest. One of the worst parts. The entire second act is basically like one of the worst parts. because there's just so much. Like I like the detective work of Oblivion. It has some of the best sort of style quests in gaming, but this is what we have to do. So midday. Let's wait 2 hours. Loading screen because this appears. So there we are. That's the map. Map of Cyrodiil, so it's over there somewhere near Shenhal. Those are the major cities. So let's go. First of all, do we need to dump any weights? Yes, we do. And let's make some money as well. Let's go to the market district. Sell off some gear. I think we can get... no, it's not from here. I need some stuff for the Mage Tower. I believe that's spelled sold here in the Mystic Emporium.
Greetings. It's my pleasure.
The Emporium?
Have a look around.
Emporium.
You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
I think I bought everything. Ah, but she does have a lot of money to spare for stuff. Good. I'm going to sell that.
That's a fair deal.
I feel like I could drop.
That's more than I'd use.
Stored. Base ring of feathers quite good, but I can do better.
That seems a fair price.
They've served me well, but I don't need them anymore.
That seems a fair price.
Good, that's all this stuff. Level 18, not bad.
That's a...
I might keep that fire shield actually. Frostbolt might keep. Nah, I've got better than that. Spell and self, yes, that's good. Hailstorm, not bad. Whoosh, Ice Bolt, oh that's nice. Light and load, shot bolt, lightning grasp.
A good price for a good customer.
Wall, there's not that much electricity damage in the game, it's mostly fire. Maybe frost. I don't need two
You
copies
got a
there.
great deal there.
Open this. I don't need that. Need that either.
That's
thank you,
more than
well,
I'd
that's
usually
shooting
pay.
balls. Turn dead level 7 now. That ain't gonna work. Shocking burst.
A fine transaction.
Terrifying presence. Nice. Yeah, I just need to actually put stuff away, don't I?
It's my pleasure. Please continue. Can I interest you in some of my wares? Take care.
You look like a shrewd businessman. Hi.
I've got him off stuff I can buy for the house.
Well, man. Let's do business.
Nope.
Good day.
I need to find some skill trainers. Food bag. Fighting chance, I don't think they train me, do they? I'm not sure.
Well met. Let's get to training.
Nice.
There's much good that you want. I'm willing to. I can show you some. Bye.
Right, so I need to dump some gear off. Where am I normally keeping gear now? It's not in Dunbarrow Cave. What house am I keeping stuff in? Genuinely trying to remember what houses I own in this game. I don't think I've put anything in First Craig's Spire. Ah, Battlehorn Castle. Let's put some stuff in there. That's where I know I'm keeping some gear.
I take it you want something. Well, what is it? How can I be of service? Certainly. What can I interest you in? Certainly. Here you are. Anything else?
This is a vital NPC.
How can I be of service? How can I be of...
Essential NPC, so I could actually have someone join me in our trolls. Right. Here we go. Keep something in there. There we go. Weapons. I'll do. I do like in Skyrim how you can interact with the bookshelf and it will just line the books up for you. In like your house, which is nice. Very nice indeed.
It's you. Hi.
But let me take those out. Put those in there. Where can I put some reading material? Not a lot of desks here. In fact, I can put those deeds in there. Put 2 copies in there, because I think I'm going to need at least 1 copy. Great. So, can leave. Enjoy all that weight we've lost. So, let's carry on.
Hello there.
Now then. Let's complete this quest. Now we're going to the Dagon Shrine. Let's go to Wind Range Camp. In fact, I just remembered something. I may need to go back to the castle. Apparently I'm wearing something made of pepper. Oh dear. Right. I need to go back in because I need to get some Mythic Dawn robes. Right, you know, walking into the base of the Mythic Dawn. Kinda need to be prepared. Right. So,
Greetings to you.
greetings to you. I think I can wear jewellery. I think that's okay. So, let's be on our way to Wind Range Camp. In fact, what I'll do is I'll lure that ogre to him. See how clever you are now. I must have missed. Taking a long way around. What's this? So, here we are.
Stay away! Dawn is breaking. Welcome, brother. The hour is late, but the Master still has need for willing hands. You may pass into the shrine. Harrow will take you to the Master for your initiation into the service of Lord Dagon. Do not tarry. The time of preparation is almost over. The time of cleansing is near.
Right. I think that ogre might be on its way. Yes, it is.
Ha ha! That the best you can do? How can I serve you, brother? We have been preparing for the coming of Lord Dagon for many years. You come to us at a fateful time. The Master has promised us that the time of preparation is almost over. The time of cleansing is almost here. The Master is preaching in the shrine as we speak. Hurry, you should not miss the chance to hear the Master's words. How can I serve you, brother? You should complete your initiation before we speak any further of that. Please, go on. You should complete your initiation before we speak any further of that. The time of preparation is almost over.
How can I serve you, brother? The time of preparation is almost over.
So, I don't think we can go through this way.
When will the Master order the cleansing to begin? Everything is ready. The door is unlocked. We just need to throw it open for Lord Dagon to enter.
Patience. We will see Lord Dagon walk the earth with our own eyes. Nothing can stop us now.
The time of preparation is almost over.
So, something else I want to show you, which is quite interesting, is that on your Factions tab, on here, you are Initiate of the Mythic Dawn. Yep, you are a temporary member of the Mythic Dawn, while you are, like, in disguise. Because you can, like, brute force your way through this. But, you know, where's the fun in that, right? Just take the cheese and the apple.
How can I serve you? Certainly. The time of preparation is almost over.
How can I serve you, brother? The time of preparation is almost over. How can I serve you, brother? The time of preparation is almost over.
Here's where I think you might get, like, your weapons confiscated and such, so you might get some here. Ooh. And some other nice goodies as well. So yeah, it's not much, but might help. We haven't got any spells or weapons with them. Fortunately, none of mine have been taken from me. So, let's be on our way to meet Master Cameron.
Praise be. The dragon throne is empty, and we hold the amulet of kings. Praise be to your brothers and sisters. Great shall be their reward in paradise.
Praise be.
Hear now the words of Lord Dagon.
Shh! The Master is speaking!
Shh! The Master is speaking.
When I walk the earth again, the faithful among you shall receive your reward, to be set above all other mortals forever. As for the rest, the weak shall be winnowed, the timid shall be cast down, the mighty shall tremble at my feet and pray.
Shh! The Master is speaking.
So saith Lord Dagon. Praise be.
Your reward,
I've never seen that NPC there before. Harrow.
brothers and sisters. The time of cleansing draws nigh. I go now to paradise. I shall return with Lord Dagon at the coming of the dawn.
have a new brother who wishes to bind himself to the service of Lord Dagon.
Advance, initiate. You have come to dedicate yourself to Lord Dagon's service. This pact must be sealed with red drink, the blood of Lord Dagon's enemies. Take up the dagger and offer Lord Dagon the sacrificial red drink as pledge of your own life's blood, which shall be his in the end. Lord Dagon thirsts for red drink. Sate him.
So, all of this can be interrupted at any time. You can kick off and go ape shit and take the Mysterium Xerxes and fucking run. But I want to see how far we can take this. We'll take the dagger.
Yeah.
I'll kill Jeelius, who stashed 3 gold.
Well done. You are now a member of the Order of the Mythic Dawn, one of the Chosen. Your life belongs to Lord Dagon.
And?
The time of preparation is almost over. Welcome, brother. You are one of the Chosen now. The Master knows the secret mind of Lord Dagon. He speaks with him and teaches us from his holy book, the Mysterium Xerxes. You are fortunate indeed to have heard the Master preach at your initiation. Lord Dagon wrote it with his own hand and gave it to the Master as a sign of his favor. None but the Master may touch it or read from it. You were fortunate to have heard the Master read from its sacred pages. It is very near. Don't worry. We await only the Master's word before we throw open the gates to Oblivion. When Lord Dagon himself walks the earth, our victory will be complete. He will rule over Tamriel and the Mythic Age will be restored. The time of cleansing is at hand. Praise be.
How can I serve you, brother? The time of cleansing is at hand. Praise be.
So we have Miriam's Dagon there. Yep, just, no. Not very often you get to look up a god's arse. So I've just looked at it. Can I take it without being seen?
Did you just take that? Only the Chosen will survive the cleansing. Be glad you will not live to see
And as far as I'm aware, I am no longer a member of the Blight,
the day
the
Lord
Mythic
Dagon.
Dawn. No longer a member of the Mythic Dawn.
Paradise awaits me.
There we go.
Be glad. Lord Dagon will welcome your soul in Oblivion! Lord Dagon will welcome your soul in Oblivion! I do not call Lord Dagon!
So there you have it.
Will not live. You are the time of cleansing is almost
So
here.
there you have it. That's essentially what happens if you don't do that. Now,
The Lord Dagon!
Harrow's quite really.
I do not fear death.
Only the chosen will survive the cleansing.
At least Jeelius actually made it there. Okay, so Jeelius is the slave, rather the sacrifice.
You cannot escape the Master's vigilance.
You cannot
The Lord
escape
Dagon!
the Master's business.
You cannot escape the Master's book! I
So Jeelius is the sacrifice, and if he escapes successfully, he will see you at the temple of the one. But it is a long and treacherous journey there, as I'm sure you can tell. Ooh, stalling guard, nice. Interestingly, this person is less interested in fighting.
The master's victims.
I'm really just actually curious as to like how this is going to end now, because like
You are weak like the gods you...
right, I might need all my gear back on now, so and I believe I had a scroll for this very sort of situation.
I give up!
I do not fear death.
Also, when you are a member of the Mythical Dawn, sometimes your character will say the line, "I do not fear death," when they take damage. Because they are programmed to basically be an NPC.
The time of cleansing is almost here. I do not fear death. I do not fear.
Yes. Oh, nice. Amulets of Axes. 45 blunt, but reflect damage 33% on self. That's a lot of damage. Reflect a third of all damage.
Be glad.
Yeah, loot in this game gets crazy sometimes. I can only hope that Jeelius actually made it out. We can look for him. But yeah, I'm determined to let him out, because the thing is that he does provide some nice training for you. Nice, they're just actually dropping dead because I'm reflecting the damage back to them. Right, let's heal up.
Hello? Who's there?
You cannot escape the master's vigilance! Paradise awaits me.
See, some of them will say, "I do not fear death," and then all of a sudden,
I do
they're pretty fucking fearful now, aren't they? Base Amulet of Illusion, nice. Yes, if you want robes, this is the best place to get them because you are not going to find them anymore. And these. 75 points for 300 seconds, that's not bad, that. Oh, I've got a spell scroll of it as well, nice. But we know the actual spell now. Ooh, Master Mortar Vessel. Don't mind if I do. Mortar? I hardly knew her. Right, moving on. Electric Shell and a Tome of Electric Shell, and now... Trust me, I do need those. I will one day need those.
You cannot escape. I do not fear death.
That ogre's killed Jeelius. All of this is a waste. I'm not going to be very happy. But so far I've not seen his body, so that's good. But yeah, people don't really bother with Jeelius if you free him. Like, the main target's you.
What's that? Hello? Who's there? A time of cleansing. Don't I do see things I am. I do not fear death.
Oh, what a relief.
For Lord Dagon! The time of cleansing! Paradise.
Did they ever stop to consider that the cleansing, it is they who shall be cleansed? Didn't think so. And now they're going to come to regret that. Journalism, nice. Sacred Witness. Not to be confused with the TV show, Silent Witness. Look at that. Looks like it's out of like Fallout 1. that picture. Nine Mothers. Well, I never. That's a book I don't think I've come across either ever or very rarely. Hiding with the Shadow, bloody hell. There's some interesting books at 69 gold, very nice. God, Jeelius, I hope you're okay. Bandits followed us in. Well, that was interesting. This is what waits us outside. Unfortunately not our friend, but might have to go have a look for him. Excuse me one moment. So I'll speed things up a bit, I hope. So we're looking for an Argonian. There are no other Argonians in this place. If we see an Argonian who's lying on the floor dead, I'm afraid to say that is our Argonian. Bearing in mind, of course, he has no arms and armour.
Whoa!
There's Harrow there. So as far as I can tell, he made it out. He can die on the altar. So I think he made it out. But normally he waits outside. That's the worrying part. But if he was dead... I would surely know about it. Further.
Hello? Who's there?
Nothing to worry about, I guess. Just my eyes playing tricks on me.
For Lord Dagon!
You cannot escape! Have I do
Die! Be glad you
Be glad!
Lord,
You will not live to see the day! Lord Dagon walks the earth! But I
I do. Paradise awaits.
Nothing to worry about, I guess. Just my fingers.
The Lord Dagon!
You cannot escape!
Right, I think it's time for one of those dirty scroll. Now what about the other one? Hailstorm.
Nothing to worry about. You are weak, like the guzzling devouring. You cannot escape.
I do not fear death.
Fear death. The dawn is breaking.
Yeah, it's really cool like the Mythodon with like new voice lines.
Paradise.
Sometimes Jeelius will cower in places that you can find. So I'm going to try and unlock all the doors. Just see if there's anywhere else it might be. As far as I'm aware, we've just about explored everywhere there is to be. So that's the door to get in. As far as I can tell, he's made it out. His body is nowhere to be seen. So, let's have a quick look. See if he's at the temple.
Good afternoon.
Oh, hello.
Wait 24 hours. See if he gets here. If not, I don't think he made it. In which case we'll have a read of the books and then we'll do it again. And get him out of there because I'm not sticking around to find those books.
I hope I... You too.
Yes, it doesn't look as though Jeelius made it out. Because he normally comes back here. Okay, right, in that case.
How are you?
Indeed. The rain signifies it is indeed a sad day. Let's give these books a read. Hiding in the shadow. Sorry, hiding with the shadow. Rakshazzah's tales were distracting there. There are few possessions that require the practitioner to be more self-reliant than that of a thief. A thief is by nature a loner. He trusts no one and is trusted by few. He cannot go to a master and become an apprentice. He has no guild to collect and codify how to ply his craft. He does his crimes alone, in the dark of night. He must hide by day to avoid capture by the authorities. The only deity recognized by thieves is nocturnal. Truly a goddess, this Daedric lord is nonetheless a potent figure. She is the mistress of secrets. Sorry, mistress of shadows, holding sway over secrets and stealth. She does not ask for worshippers, nor does she necessarily give blessings to those that recognize her. That do recognize her. In fact, there are no known temples to her in Cyrodiil, although there are rumours of a forgotten shrine. In other words, she is perfectly suited to the criminal mind of thief. By and large, thieves are a godless lot. They believe in their own skills and cunning. However, since the existence and influence of gods and Daedric lords is undeniable, they have an uneasy relationship with Nocturnal. Though some thieves truly worship her, most choose to offer their respect without reverence, without fealty. These criminals recognize that should they offend the Mistress of Shadows, it might go poorly for them. However, true worship and fealty does not have any known benefits. The classic blessing between the thieves is Shadow hide you. This is an oblique reference to Nocturnal. However, it can also be interpreted as a non-theistic statement of actual shadows hiding the thief. Thieves tend to dress in black clothes or dark clothing. While there is a practical thing for the criminal endeavours, it is unnecessary during daylight hours. Yet many thieves still don the shadowy colours in silent recognition of Nocturnal. The most shocking link between the nebulous culture of thieves and Nocturnal is the tale of the Grey Fox. He is the mythical king of thieves. The legend states that he stole the hood off Nocturnal's cloak. This is just a story invented centuries ago to bolster their feelings of self-worth. However, it is indicative of the continued link between the Daedric Lord and the criminals of the Empire. Very interesting book, and one that is a major theme in Skyrim. The idea of like the link between thieves and Nocturnal. I don't necessarily like it because it's basically just saying, you know, screw you to skill, you know? Sacred Witness. Now this is going to be another interesting book. I have met countesses and courtesans, empresses and witches, ladies of war and slatterns of peace, but I have never met a woman like the Night Mother, and I never will again. I am a writer, a poet of some small renown. If I told you my name, you may have heard of me, but very likely not. For decades until very recently, I had adopted the city of Sentinel on the coast of Hammerfell as my home. I kept the company of other artists, painters, tapestrists, and writers. No one I knew would have known an assassin by sight, least of all the queen of them, the Blood Flower, the Lady Death, the Night Mother. Not that I had not heard of her. Some years ago, I had the good fortune of meeting Pelar Narsi, a respected scholar who had come to Hammerfell to do research for our book about the Order of Diagna. His essay, The Brothers of Darkness, together with Ineir Gorming's Fire and Darkness, The Brotherhoods of Death, are considered to be the canon tomes of the subject of Tamriel's Order of Assassins. By luck, Gorming himself was also in Sentinel. I had the privilege to sit with the two in a dark skooma den in the musty slums of the city, as we smoked and talked about the Dark Brotherhood, the Morag Tong, and the Night Mother. While not disputing the possibility of the Night Mother may be immoral or at least very long-lived, Assi thought it most likely that several women, and perhaps some men, throughout the ages had assumed the honorary title. It was no more logical to say there was only one Night Mother, he asserted, than to say there was only one King of Sentinel. Gorming argued that there was never a Night Mother, at least no human one. The Night Mother was Mephala herself, whom the Brotherhood revered second only to Silas. I don't suppose there's any way of knowing for certain, I said, in a note of diplomacy. Certainly there is, whispered Gorming with a grin. You could talk to that cloaked fellow on the corner. I hadn't noticed the man before, who sat by himself, eyes hidden by his cloak, seemingly as much a part of the dingy place as the rough stone and unswept floor. Turned to Ineir. I asked him why that man would know about the Night Mother. He's a dark brother, hist Palanasi. That's as plain as the moon's. I don't even joke about speaking with him, with her. About her. We moved on to other arguments about the Omoric tongue and the Brotherhood, but I never forgot the image of the lone man, looking at nothing and everything, in the corner of the dirty room with fumes of skooma smoke floating around him like ghosts. When I saw him weeks later on the streets of Sentinel, I followed him. Yes, I followed him. The reader may reasonably ask why and how. I don't blame you for that. How was simply a question of knowing my city as well as I do. I'm not a thief, but not particularly sure-footed and quiet, but I know the alleys and streets of Sentinel intimately from decades' worth of ambling. I know which bridges creak, which buildings cast long irregular shadows, the intervals at which the native birds begin their ululations, and of their evening songs. With relative ease, I kept pace with the Dark Brother, and out of his sight and hearing. The answer to why is even simpler. I have the natural curiosity of a born writer. When I see a strange new animal, I must observe. It is the writer's curse. I trailed the cloaked man deeper into the city, down an alleyway so narrow it was scarcely a crack between two tenements, past a crooked fence, and suddenly, miraculously, I was in a place I'd never seen before. A little courtyard cemetery, with a dozen old half-rotted wooden tombstones. None of the surrounding buildings had windows that faced it, so no one knew this miniature necropolis existed. No one, except the 6 men and 1 woman standing in it. And me. The woman immediately saw me immediately, and gestured for me to come closer. I could run, but no, I couldn't have. I had pierced the mystery right in my adopted sentinel, and I could not leave it. She knew my name, and she said it with a sweet smile. The Night Mother was a little old lady with fluffy white hair, cheeks like wrinkled apples that still carried the flush of youth, friendly eyes blue as the iliac bay. She softly took my arm as we sat down amidst the graves and discussed murder. She was not always in Hammerfell, not always available for direct assignment, but it seemed she enjoyed actually talking to a clientele. I did not come here to hire the Brotherhood, I said respectfully. Then why are you here? The Night Mother asked, her eyes never leaving mine. I told her I wanted to know more about her. I did not expect an answer to that, but she told me. I do not mind the stories you writers dream up about me, she chuckled. Some of them are very amusing, and some of them are good for business. I like that sexy dark woman lounging around on the divan in Karlavok town ways fiction particularly. The truth is that my history would not make a very dramatic tale. I was a thief long, long ago, back when the Thieves' Guild was only beginning. It's such a bother to sneak around a house when performing a burglary, and many of us found it efficacious. Found it most efficacious to strangle the occupant of the house, just for convenience. I suggested to the guild that a segment of our order be dedicated to the arts and science of murder. It did not seem like such a controversial idea to me, the Night Mother shrugged. We had specialists in cat burglary, pickpocketing, lockpicking, fencing, and all these other essential parts of the job. But the guild thought that encouraging murder would be bad for business. Too much, they argued. They might have been right, the old woman continued, but I discovered there is a profit to be made, just the same, from sudden death. Not only can you rob the deceased, but if your victim has enemies, which rich people often do, you can be paid for it even more. I began to murder people differently when I discovered that. After I strangled them, I would put 2 stones in their eyes, one black and one white. Well, why? I asked. It was a sort of calling card of mine. You are a writer, don't you want your name on your books? I couldn't use my name, but I wanted potential clients to know me and my work. I don't do it anymore, no need to. But at the time, it was my signature. Word spread, and I soon had quite a successful business. And that became Morag Tong? I asked. Oh dear me, no. The Night Mother smiled. Morag Tong was around long before my time. I know I'm old, dear, but I'm not that old. I merely hired on some of their assassins when they began to fall apart after the murder of their last potentate. They did not want to be members of the Tong anymore. and since I was the only other murder syndicate of any note, they just joined on. I phrased my next question carefully. Will you kill me now that you've told me all this? She nodded sadly, letting out a little grandmotherly sigh. You are such a nice, polite young man. I hate to end our acquaintanceship. I don't suppose you would agree to a concession or two in exchange for your life, would you? To my everlasting shame, I did agree. I would say nothing about our meeting, which, as the reader can see, was a promise I eventually, years later, chose not to keep. Why have I endangered my life thus? Because of the promises I did keep. I helped the Night Mother and the Dark Brotherhood in acts too despicable, too bloody for me to set on paper. My hand quivers as I think about the people I betrayed, beginning with that night. I tried to write my poetry, but ink seemed to turn to blood. Finally, I fled, changing my name, going to a land where no one would know me. And I wrote this, the true history of the Night Mother, from the interview she gave me on the night we met. It will be the last thing I ever write, this I know, and every word is true. Pray for me. Editor's note. Though originally published anonymously, the identity of the author has never been in serious doubt. Any layman familiar with the work of the poet Enric Milnes will recognize secret witnesses' familiar cadence and style in such books as The Alakir. Shortly after publication, Milnes was murdered, and his killer was never found. He had been strangled, with 2 stones, a black one and a white one, crushed into his eye sockets. Very brutally. Yep. So, those are the books that I think are essentially exclusive to that area. Because I don't think I've found them before. I don't know why I'm reloading the save. I need to go back and free Jeelius.
You cannot stop!
Jeelius, do you want to start running?
You are weak like the gods you pray to.
Run away!
Like, I know he sometimes gets like analysis paralysis, but like, come on.
For Lord Dagon, only the chosen will survive the cleansing.
The Lord Dagon! The Lord Dagon! What's that? The Lord Dagon!
For Lord Dagon!
So yeah, this is quite an epic scene if you just choose to flee. Got to understand that, like, at the time, this sort of thing was usually like relegated to a cutscene.
You cannot escape the master's vigilance.
So it's kind of neat. I've gone the wrong way, haven't I?
The Lord Dagon! The Lord Dagon! Only the chosen will survive the cleansing.
Is there any other way out?
For Lord Dagon!
Die, unbeliever!
Be glad you will not
Lord
live
Dagon
to see
will
the
die,
day Lord
unbeliever
Dagon
of Oblivion.
walks the earth. For Lord Dagon!
For Lord
For
Dagon!
Lord Dagon!
You cannot escape the master's vigilance.
I'm not against cutscenes. Like, there are certainly some things that like work better in a cutscene. Like you will see in the final moments of this game. What I mean. Yeah.
The dawn is breaking. Only the chosen will.
Die, Imperial, die!
So it doesn't look like Jeelius is actually coming out of this one. Really sorry, gang. It doesn't look as though I can rescue him. Because, in fact, we'll give it one more go, because I'm just trying to think of how to... So as soon as I take that book,
You cannot resist.
the shrine will begin to crumble.
Paradise awaits me.
Yeah, so basically he's just gonna stay there. I can't get him out. So yeah. So unfortunately he's not gonna make it. Which is a shame, but sorry, that's the game. So God damn it, you know I've got to look again. Like seriously, how much time have I actually dedicated to this? I am determined to get this prick out of here though. I've got a weird obsession. Like seriously, have I spent about like over an hour doing this? Who knows, maybe it's actually sat outside right now. Nope. Bandit there. Oh, with 2 lockpicks, nice like that. Yeah, you have the ogre disappear then he did. Then anything goes, you know? I just want to check, is he actually at the back of that statue? So yeah. I guess this is an opportunity to talk about miscellaneous stuff. I think what I'll do is I'll wrap up filming this, and then I'll actually film another part straight after. Because that'll be much more interesting. So yeah, just a bit of a talking head moment there, really. At the moment, really. Yeah. So D&D. Yeah, I'm enjoying D&D well enough. I just want it to be better. Unfortunately, because of the coast, I hope they're gonna learn from 5e that like that if I get that they want people to buy more books, like the game is under-monetized and they try to sell everything to everyone, but I want them to sell quality books. I hope that they're gonna notice that. I hope that book sales have gone down. Because I want them to know that, like, they have the ability to sell good quality books. And they used to. Books used to be jam-packed with stuff. It wasn't just a little bit for DMs, a little bit for players, a little bit of an adventure, a little bit of a game, you know, a little bit of a character option here, there, and everywhere. But no, there was some good fucking stuff in there, but seriously, Jeelius, man, what the hell are you? Where did you go? Yeah, and like the thing is that I know that people defend Spelljammer by saying that like, you know, like oh well, they sold it in 3 parts because they didn't want players reading the books, you know, like reading the content. Like they want players to have the content. the player content, and the DM has the 2 other books. I mean, here's the thing, I don't accept, I refute that for a number of reasons. One, okay, yeah, fine, I can read the books if I wanted to. I'm a player more than I am a GM or DM. But like, if I was going to cheat, I'd do it anyway. If I'm going to do that, I'd pay to do it. I wouldn't even have to pay to do it. There's plenty of sites out there that I'm not going to make the use of. Where, like, you know, you can read this sort of stuff online. It's out there. If I wanted to seriously cheat at the adventure, I could do that. Second of all, it's not like the adventure is full of stuff to do that's amazing and spoilerific. It's like, all published modules are pretty standard fare. They're not epic or anything like that. I mean, maybe epic in scope, but yeah, no, I can't find this guy. Yeah. I don't know where he's gone. Yeah, so, and it requires like the DM to homebrew stuff anyway, so like, honestly, it's not like you're reading the DM's notes, because there's that many gaps in content in D&D that, like, in D&D modules that, yeah, the DM's got to do all the work anyway, so it's not like it's that spoilerific. It's not like it's ruining it if you know it, yeah? And at the end of the day, a lot of stuff in D&D says, okay, great, you know this information, like, but you know this information. Now roll for it. And if you don't roll high enough, oh well, tough shit, you don't get this loot that you thought you saw. Yeah? Metagaming can only take you so far. You can know that, I don't know, beholders have a paralyzing ray or a disintegrating eye beam or whatever, but that doesn't actually help you defend against it. You can meta the shit out of it, but at the end of the day, the DM can just say, no. No. You don't know that, or no. You can't do that. Yeah? Your device doesn't work. You know? This really stupid thing, that the plan that you've come up with, no, it doesn't work. Oh, but that's a bad DM. No, it's not. No. No. You can just say no. No is a complete sentence. Which is possibly the smartest thing I've actually said in my entire time of playing this series. Yep. Jeelius is dead and I don't know where he is. I'm really sorry, gang, but I can't help him. So, let us return to Cloud Ruler Temple. And, there's a bit of a giggle, let's see what... Oh, I actually needed that. Okay. What else was I wearing? There we go. Right. I was going to wear the Mythic Dawn robes, but I don't think I can.
Sir.
Thank Talos you've returned safely. Do you have the amulet? Please tell me you have some good news. Ah, good. You should take that to Martin right away. He'll be in the Great Hall reading. He's hardly taken time to sleep since you left.
Hail!
What do you need, friend? I never had time to properly thank you for your help back in the Imperial City. I wouldn't have made it back here if it weren't for you. Now that we have a free moment, I thought you might be able to use some tricks I've picked up fighting with the blades over the years. Nobody who hasn't trained with the blades will know these moves, so you should find them useful. See, when they swing at you sidearm, you twist your wrists like this. Exactly. You're a natural at this. Let me show you another one.
There we go. So, aiding Boris gets you that block skill, heavy armor skill, probably blade skill as well. No, just block and blade. Block and heavy armor. Jeelius would teach you restoration.
I haven't been to Cloud Ruler since I was a young trainee. It feels good to be back. The blades have always been here, and always will be. Keep your heart true and your eyes open.
So yeah. So, I'm going to pause it here, and then I'm going to talk to Martin, and then we'll carry on the next episode. Right, so, yeah, we'll talk D&D later, I think. Right, see you later. Ta-ta for now.